So in previous lecture we have performed the meshing of this parts and this part here. Now we are going to continue and we will do the meshing of the circular portion and this coupling plates. So let's start with this circular portion. So if I try to hide this, and if you want to work along with me, you can also open up this file, open this hex2 file. Okay, so if I try to hide this part, mask this, select this and mask, you can see there is no projection of the circular section. So Ctrl+Z to unmask all. Okay, so I only need this and this, then mask and reverse. Okay, I don't need this solid, this face, this hex. Okay, so I will hide all the meshing here. So press D here, select element, click none. Okay, return. Now I will save this view V and save to. Okay, so first let me take the projection here. So press A for the surface edit, surface trim with lines, like this face and this line, this circular portion, and trim. Okay, so with this you will see a circular trim line here. Mask this like this. Okay, so once again V and restore. So I will make a mesh on this circular section. So F12 and select this face. Before this we can also make a split, F11, from this node to this node or this point, from this point to this point. With this we can have a better mesh flow. So now F12, select these faces and mesh. So this is a circular section, so meshing will not be very much good here. So you can also refine the mesh to make it a good mesh, but I am taking this as a default mesh. So it is a simple drag here, we just have to drag it. So I will go to select this arrow and select this part. So this is part number 8. Right click, isolate only, and go to solid map and element. So select this element and by face, and in the destination select this face. In the guiding, select this line and this line, this line and this line, and mesh it. Okay, sometimes it will show the warning like 64 nodes are away from the geometry. So these nodes will be highlighted with this red color. It means these are deviating away from this circular section. So in this case what you can do, you can reject this. In the along you can also give surface as along. Let's see the mesh again. Okay, now the mesh is done. Okay, so after that, once again I will go to V. I will go to view 1. So the meshing of this circular section is done. This is solid map 3. Okay, so I will turn it on. You can see the meshing. And after that we have to do the meshing of these parts. Okay, so now we are going to do the meshing of this part. So first I will hide other parts. Let's say I will hide this. Okay, so I will save this another view. Let's say view 3. Now here you can see there are basically 3 plates. So we have to start with the smallest plate, because this, once we do the meshing of this smallest plate, we can project that mesh onto the blue one, and from the blue one we can project it to the yellow one. Okay, so to start with this part, I will have some split. So here go to once again next and press Z. So press A for the surface edit. I will select this face and trim with lines. So the line with which I want to trim is these lines of the smaller part. this line and make sure proper lines are selected. Okay, not this one, this one. Okay, trim. So shaded view, and if I hide this, let's say I will go to mask, select this and mask. You can see we have a projection here. So now I will go to V and restore. So I will only isolate this orange part. So I will pick this arrow and select this. So this is my part number 9. Right click, isolate only. Okay, so go to mask. I don't need this right one. So it is a simple part. We can drag the mesh from, let's say, top to bottom. Okay, so in the top, first make a split F11 from this node to here. Okay, after that do the mesh. So F12, here quad only, mesh size is 5, select this and select this. Okay, so you can pick up any mesh size here. Let's say this is 3. Okay, we have to make it 2 so that we have quad element. Okay, now we can simply drag this. So solid map, press Z, and here select elements by face. Destination will be this face. Now guiding lines, this line, this line, this line, this line and this line, and then mesh. So this mesh is completed. Give it name like this is my mesh 4 and then return. So press V and then click on restore 3. So we have done the meshing of this part. So I will turn on mesh of this part. Okay, now I need projection. For the projection we need its faces. So press X for the faces, pick this and find. Now I will turn on this wireframe mode. Okay, shift plus F11, and I want to move this element. So element by face to the component that is the blue one. So destination, select this blue part and move, return. Okay, so once again go to this arrow, pick this. So this is basically our part number 2. Right click, isolate only. So I will mask this right one. So now we have to do mesh of this part only. So you can see we can do the mesh from top to bottom. Okay, we can do the mesh from top to bottom along with this guiding element, but the software will not take the half element. We have to make the full face element. So we have to mesh it. So first I will associate this mesh. So go to associate F7 and face and these nodes and node by face, associate. You can see nodes are associated, and I will make some split to have a better mesh from here to here and from here to here. Make sure in your topology preferences, topology options, this disassociate option is selected here. Otherwise the mesh will change when you select this split option, and so this is something we don't want. And okay, now I can mesh this. So go to this face and this face, pick up everything and mesh it. Make sure to have a proper connectivity. Okay, here, similarly here, also here. Okay, connectivity is good, and escape. Now equivalence them. Shift plus F3, select this component 0.1, review. So you can see all are highlighting. We can say equivalence. So after that we can mesh this. So I will mesh the top face. Okay, so what I do, I will take some projection from this first one, from this node to this node. Okay, little bit inclined line, but it will work. So F12, select this face and this face. So here you can see mesh is not connected. Let's change the number by 10. Okay, 10 is working here like this. Similarly here we can change the numbers if we want. Let's say this is 3 and this is 3. Okay, this is working fine. Once again we have to equivalence them, this preview and equivalence. Okay, so now mesh is proper, so we can solid map this. So press solid map Z and select this face, then destination, select this face, and in the guiding lines I will select this line and this line and this line. Here we have the element as reference, so just select element by face and click on mesh. Okay, so this mesh is also completed, and if I go to the solid map, give it name like this is solid map 5 and press V once again and restore this. Okay, so now we have to do the mesh of this yellow part. So I will turn on the wireframe view. Okay, turn on this solid map 5. You can see the mesh. So first I will have to split this. Okay, so surface edit here, select this face and first split this face. Okay, this line, so we have to select all the lines here, this line, this one and this one. Okay, now trim. After that we also have to project the mesh. So first extract the faces, then select this and find faces. Okay, so shift plus F11, then select this element by face, then destination will be this yellow one. This is number 5, move. Okay, so this number 5 is our yellow one plate. Right click, isolate only, and solid view, I will go to mask and mask this right one. So in this case we have to project the mesh from top to bottom. One way is we can drag it from left to right, but here you can see the profile is not proper here. So the best way will be to move it from top to bottom. Okay, so first associate this mesh, F7, associate the surface and the mesh. So select nodes by face, associate. After that we have to do the meshing on this top region or the top face, and it will be dragged to the bottom. Okay, we also have to do the mesh onto this chamfer also. So here make a split from node to here and here. Similarly we will continue doing the mesh. Now we have to see, can we do this mesh at a single or we have to do this multiple times. Okay, we can do this in a single solid map. So make this split line. This will work as our guiding lines. So from here to here, here to here. Okay, and just do the mesh. We also have to pick up the split to up to here and up to here. Now do the mesh. So select this face. Okay, 26 elements. Similarly here 26. Now pick up this right one, and here you can see the mesh flow is not good, so we have to change some setting, but here it is not connected, so let's increase the value or let's say decrease the value. Okay, 10 is working here, make it 10. Let's say I will increase up to 6. Okay, it will work. Now we have to equivalence them. Shift plus F3, select component, preview. So just equivalence them. Now continue to do this in the remaining part. So it is simple. In the remaining part we just have to make the connectivity here. So here 2, here 10. Okay, so here you can see 4 and make it also 4 here, and this is 10, not 10, this should be 11. So perfect quad here. Similarly here make it 11 perfect quad. Okay, similarly here make it, so this is 38, so make it 38 because here 38, here make it 10, and once again increase the element here, and one more because there is tria here, so 38. So elements are little bit distorted, but it will work. Okay, it is working fine. So shift plus F3, this like this component, then preview and equivalence. Make sure there are no free edges. So find face, let's say. So there is no free edge inside the part. Every free edge is at the boundary. Okay, our mesh is correct. So delete this edge. Now we can do this mesh from top to bottom. So let's check it once again, and for this we have to trim this lines because we only need a single surface. So trim it, and let's try whether it will work or not. So solid map and select this element, select multiple element here, element by face, destination this face, and in the guiding lines I will give all these lines, this line, this line, this line. Similarly we have this line, this line, this line also. So we need more guiding lines in this types of case. So give whatever we have. So select also this line. Okay, now let's try the mesh, and let's see whether this mesh is proper or not. Okay, it is looking good. Also from here, if you want a proper mesh flow at also this fillet also, then in this case you will have to split this, do the mesh on the first in the right part of this fillet, then this fillet, and then the left part. So we have to do this 3 times, then it will capture properly this fillet from the bottom also. But to save our time, right now we are doing like this way. This is also correct. So some elements are little bit oriented, so let's check the element quality here. So F10 and go to 3D. Let's check wall page. So we can take wall page, let's say up to 40, 50, let's say this is 50. Okay, so 0 element failing. Similarly there is no tria. In the quad angle, minimum angle is 53, it is good. Maximum angle 127. Okay, it is good. So once this mesh is done, we can now focus on the bigger parts. So I will go to V and I will say restore, and solid map, this is number 6, and let's see what is remaining. Okay, I will go to element, press D from the keyboard, and element all, then component in the geometry all. Okay, so the meshing on this part is done. Now we need to mesh this bigger plate. Okay, so we will continue this in the next lecture. I will save this file, save as. This will be my file number 3. So let's say this is 3, and we will continue in the next lecture.